Hey YouTube, I just thought I'd do an update. Oh man, it's been about a month since my last video, and man, so much has happened. My life, even though I'm in recovery, my life hasn't got any simpler or less crazy. Um, this last month has definitely been a lot of challenges. Let's see. Mood-wise, it's been slowly getting more depression, more low mood. Not horribly, but just enough to make a notice a difference and to kind of get concerned. Eating disorder wise, it's a huge struggle every day. Like every day, it's a fight not to give into the eating disorder. This last month, I've learned that I've gained a little bit of weight since coming back from treatments, and I think a lot of that isn't so much what I'm eating. It's the lack of activity that I'm stuck with right now. I do have severe tendonitis and issues with my right foot. A lot of it's due to the cerebral palsy that I have. Walking is usually painful and gives out, so being active is a little bit hard right now. So I do my best and walk as much as I can and do what I can. I start physio tomorrow. I have assessment. So hopefully that will help because I have to do 6 months of physiotherapy before they will refer me to the surgeon. And surgery may be an option to help fix the Achilles tendon. So one step at a time. Then I had strep throat, and then I had this crazy issue where I ran out of something called peg light is what we use as a prescribed laxative when you have slow bowel. And I started it in Homewood when I came off the laxatives cold turkey. But my doctor continued it at home. But I ran out due to financial issues, and for 2 weeks there, I go up. Basically, I got severe constipation, and I tried like a week of these crazy laxatives and all these things to get me cleared out again and going once I could get to peg light. But just say it took about 3 different colon preparations used for surgery, enemas, X-lax, peg light, you name it, I did it. I went to the hospital twice thinking I had a blockage, and I didn't. Finally, we got that issue sorted out, so now we have that issue somewhat sorted out. But it's also a result of major damage done from the laxative abuse, so it's kind of like an ongoing consequence of eating disorder that I have to manage and not let get too bad before I get into trouble like that major issue was. I've had a few slips binging and purging the last month. But I do get back on track. Like I slept last night after wasn't sleeping, and I find nighttime, middle of the night when I'm not sleeping, having trouble sleeping, I tend to get hungry, and then it kind of snowballs, and yep. So I slept last night, but then I got up, well, I didn't really sleep last night, but I got up at 7 o'clock this morning and ate my breakfast and followed my meal plan exactly, and I had my snack this morning, and I had my lunch, so I'm pretty much back on track food-wise. Is just trying to find other ways to cope when I'm not sleeping. But the eating disorder vice and body image is horrible. It's really a constant fight not to give in and not to restrict and not to go back to old ways, but I am totally fighting. And then this last weekend, I kind of started having my petit mal or focal seizures again that I used to have growing up from about age 8 off and on till I guess 8 years ago was the last one. Until this weekend when I started seizuring quite often again. And I have been seizuring all week long, so I'm kind of out of it, and I don't feel good, and I'm dizzy, and yeah, just one thing after another. So now I just saw my doctor, and I can't get in to see the specialist I used to see like years ago until April. So for now, my family doctor's just running a normal EEG, which is a test that looks at brain waves. We get a baseline of how abnormal it is. They've always been abnormal in seizuring, but I don't want to get a baseline of how they are right now. So I have to wait till Wednesday, so I can't do anything about the seizures until then. So I'm just kind of resting. I'm only really awake for a few hours at a time. I basically stare off into space, get kind of confused, dizzy, blurred vision, light sensitive, headache. So I'm not feeling the greatest, but I'm okay at this moment to do a video, so I'm trying to get this done before I lose my energy again. So it's really been one thing after another, and a lot of life stress, financial issues, and just stress in general for life. So it's hard, and I didn't expect recovery to be this hard, I don't think, and this much work, but I'm fighting and not giving up. I've come to the conclusion that I want life, and using negative and unhealthy coping tools is no longer an option. So I have to keep trying. I may slip and I fall and get back up and I start again. I have some amazing friends I met in treatment that have been texting, calling, online all the time, and they've been my lifeline, and I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I know some of you watch this, some do not, but thank you. You know who you are. Love you. And big hugs. Especially out to Carolyn. I know you watch this, so crazy how we met up years on YouTube, and then we happened to come to the same treatment center at the same time and get to know each other in person, so that was kind of cool. So I'm glad to see you back on YouTube. Yeah, so life is not easy. I am very stressed, and stress doesn't help the seizures, so I'm trying to just mellow out and just go with the flow. I'm frustrated because I can't do anything this last couple days. I'm so tired and just out of it. But I have to just go with it and listen to my body, and yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those. I don't know. Feels like I finally in recovery and then my body falls apart. So it's kind of frustrating for sure. But please know recovery isn't an uphill journey. There will be slips and there will be falls and there will be a lot of up and down, but you can keep fighting. You can do it. It's okay to ask for help. And I have a ton of support. I have my workers and I'm starting outpatient therapy. Well, I have my eating disorder therapist now that I'm trying to see as often as financially I can. And I'm starting outpatient eating disorder therapy in January, so that's a 1 weekly group a week for now. Have a dietitian. And I'm working hard. I know I need to lose weight, and I have yet to figure out how I can lose weight healthily and get my weight to a safer level and be in recovery. I have yet to figure this out, and not because I know myself. My OCD and anxiety has been crazy, insane this last few weeks, and not only depressed, but my panic and anxiety through the roof. So everything's a struggle right now. So I'm fighting and continuing, and just want to let you guys know, don't give up, and I'm not giving up. So we're in this together. Message me, and we'll get through this again. Talk to you later. Bye.